Alright, as you can see, there's a bunch of scratches there. Some lights it's easier to see, other lights it's not as easy to see. You can see it's mostly around this bridge here where I had to replace that. But so let's see if we can't clean that up and polish it a little bit, get rid of some of those scratches. I'll bring you back when I get some work done. So my first step was to use the medium. And just went over it pretty quickly. Of course, I put the tape on first, but as you can see, it does seem like it's coming out. And then also the rest of the guitar is definitely getting shinier. Pretty deep gouges there. When I took that bridge off, the finish cracked, and so I was just trying to do what I could there to refill, and I'll probably end up having to refill some of these spots here too. I got some liquid fill that I can put in there. Liquid poly, sorry. All right, let me do another step. I'll be right back. This is kind of what it looks like with the polish on it once it's kind of dried up, and before I wipe it off. You can see how much I'm trying to cover here. I do believe that this is going to take the lines out of it where the finish has fallen over time into the grain of the wood, so it'll be more flat and shiny. But that's okay. And I also went and put on my apron. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. All right, let me wipe it off, and I'll bring you back. All right, wipe it off the finish. Just the second round. I think I've done this several other rounds in the past too, to kind of get me to the stage, but we're really starting to see some major difference here. Trying to get you a good view so you can kind of still see the scratches. I mean, you can still see it there a little bit, but it's starting to get harder to see. And really where you can see it is right here on the edge, where it's like super smooth here, right in the middle of that light. And as I move over, you can see the straight scratching there. Once we can get those big scratches out, then we can start moving down in the grit, the sanding. I'm using medium polishing compound. Probably have something outside that would be more aggressive, but I don't want to go too fast. And then I'm also using my drill and this pad, foam pad. I mean, maybe you could go to wool or something like that, and it might go a little quicker, but just trying to get you a good view here so you can really see it. But it's just starting to get hard to see. At least in the camera lens. It's gonna be about the best way to see it right there. So definite improvements. So one more good pass with this and we should be pretty close. All right, so I'm gonna try and kind of show you just a little clip of what I'm doing. I put the sauce, if you will, on the guitar, and then I spread it around without turning on the grill. Goodness, it is 1 a.m. And I just kind of like work it in, make sure it's spread out, you know, that way when I turn on the drill, the top is lubricated. And then I just kind of, I have it on 2, go about middle speed, and just keep it going. It's hard to do this out of the viewfinder for the phone. And as I get in here, I'm just kind of going through best I can, getting the best of it. And then just change the orientation, just like you would waxing a car, polishing a car. Back and forth. You know, you can probably go slower, but you don't really want to heat up the finish. Don't push down too hard. Let the weight of the drill and the foam pad do the work. And this is what it looks like after most of the finish is polished up or dried up. So now I get to wipe it off and see what the result is. I'll have you back in just a sec. All right, so I stepped back a step. Got out my 600 sandpaper and sanded the top a fair amount, because we just weren't getting those scratches out in this area. They were pretty deep. And I mean, honestly, I'm not 100% clear that this is going to be deep enough to get it out either. But, you know, I think it'll be easier if it's more consistent, you know, with the scratching and then the polishing. So let's try to polish it. All right, so this is after one pass. As you can see, that took out a fair amount of it, maybe half. And so now I'm going to do it again. Although I'm going to switch to this Grio's Car Complete Compound. Let's see if that makes it a little better. Removes moderate to severe defects. So we'll see. All right. After using the Griot stuff, I'm not sure if I used too much or whatever, but it didn't seem like it really sped up the process at all. So I went back to the medium compound, and I mean, you can still see a lot of scratches there, but it seems like it's kind of consistently over the whole guitar versus being in that one little area. So I think that maybe 1 or 2 more rounds will really start to get there. Okay, after another round and some pretty serious cleaning, I mean, there's some like hazing. There's definitely still some scratching around the outsides. But as you get closer to the bridge where all the scratching was, that seems to be cleared up or clearing up pretty quickly. And I haven't really spent as much time in this area as I have, say, on the belly. But it's starting to get pretty shiny here. Stay tuned with me, and I'm gonna get started again on this tomorrow.